Moorslede welcomes the peloton for stage 1 of the Lotto Belgium Tour 2016. The little village of 10,000 inhabitants ordered sunshine for the start on its marketplace to a race that is expected to end with a bunch sprint just 200 meters away from the start line. The sun is burning at noon when the teams arrive and prepare a journey of 121 kilometers through Flanders, including one short but rough cobblestone sector after 50 kilometers of racing. In the opening kilometers out of Moorslede, the peloton stays together. Some riders like Femke Verstichelen from the Belgian team Autoclass Veteran try to break clear, but nobody stays out on the front for long. So as the peloton comes closer to the cobblestones and rides along the river Iser, it's still all together. Lotte Kopecky from Lotto Soudal, the best Belgian in yesterday's prologue, wins the first intermediate sprint, but besides that it stays quiet. On the cobbles the peloton is in one big line, but without strong winds it does not break in pieces. Instead it's an attack of Alexis Ryan from Canyon-SRAM that finally leads to a breakaway. But the American is unlucky. Nobody jumped with her, so she's all alone on the front from now on. She quickly increases her advantage up to 1 minute 35 seconds, but then the gap slowly comes down again.
I countered Hannah Barnes. She had been dangling off the front of the field and she came back and I just had a feeling in my gut that I should go. But unfortunately no one went with me and so I was out there by myself, which was kind of sad and very hard. A rider did come up and bridge to me, which was nice. I was able to get some recovery behind her and we were able to go at a faster pace. But then a group of 5 came up and the peloton chased hard, so then the move was shut down. But I think I ended up being out there in the front like 40 or 50k, so it was a long day.
On the way back to Moorslede, the peloton increases its speed and comes closer to Ryan. She reaches the finishing village with 44 seconds advantage, but still has 6 laps of 9 kilometers ahead of her. Finally, on the second of those laps, she is lucky and finds a partner in crime in Sarah Penton from Lars Vaudeels, who bridges up to the front. Together they are stronger and increase the gap again up to 1 minute. Ryan took the second intermediate sprint shortly before Penton reached her, and the Swedish rider takes the intermediate sprint number 3 with 27 kilometers, or in other words, 3 laps to go. But after this last intermediate sprint, the race in the peloton is on. Elisa Longo-Borghini, Lotte Kopecky, Valerie Demy, Lisa Brennauer and Talita de Jong, who took 1 bonus second for third place, attack and bridge to the front. The peloton reacts now, chases hard and catches the breakaway before the end of the next lap. But one rider is missing now, de Jong. She crashed and is behind by a few seconds.
We had a gap with 5, I think, on the peloton, and we closed the gap really fast to the 2 leaders. And then, the peloton came closer, and I tried to attack. And in the last small corner, there was a lot of grind and gravel, and cars are always riding into it, so it's always on the road. And then I crashed really bad, hard. So I have pain, but. I kept going. The group was really fast and it took a while before I get back. It took also some energy, but I tried to stay and to go to the front in the last lap, and I did it, and I'm safe to the finish line.
At the end of the second last lap, Anisha Wekemans, Charlotte Becker and Lisa Kulmer attack. They are joined by Hannah Barnes and Emma Johansson soon after, and therefore the peloton starts to chase again. With 4 kilometers to go they are caught and the sprint preparations are on. As so often, it's Canyon-SRAM who builds its lead-out train and takes the lead. Tiffany Cromwell races around the last corner 200 meters before the line with Barbara Guarischi perfectly positioned in her slipstream. But from Guarischi's wheel, it's Lucinda Brand who sprints to the victory.
Well, this morning we decided already I should go for a sprint today and Marianne should help me. And because this short corner, what was very quick, she decided to stay in my wheel to be sure that there's a small gap behind me and nobody has the speed to get over. So that was a great way to do it, and I had a perfect lead out from Canyon actually.
So they were those who brought it to the last corner, and then you were on the wheel of Barbara, and
Yeah.
went past.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Tiffany did a great job from the corner, and yeah, then I could go perfect out of the wheel, so it was perfect for me. Today I showed that I'm still strong and feel good and take the victory, so I'm really happy with it.
Prologue winner Annemiek Van Vleuten crosses the line safely in the first part of the peloton and loses no time, but due to the bonifications for Brand's victory, the stage winner also takes the overall lead.
Can you tell me about the plans for the next 2 days? Now you're the overall leader of the race, so you actually have to defend the jersey.
Yeah, for sure we're going to do that, and more than that we will discuss this evening what to do and how to do, and for sure the last day will be very hard, so we have to keep that in mind, and it's all still very close to each other, and the bonus seconds will decide a lot, I think, so it's gonna be interesting 2 days more.
How do you like the Muur?
Not really, but it's nice, it's tough, and it's well, I did it, and I'm stronger than the last time I did it, I think, so it should be good.
Did you think at some point in between, okay, maybe that's an attack for the stage win, or did you think, okay, it's more about the rush sprints and bonus seconds?
Yeah, I was thinking more about the rush sprints and the bonus seconds and just giving my teammates a chance to sit in the field and not do anything and not have any responsibility. There wasn't really a moment when I thought that I could win from it, just because I knew at one point when they were chasing in the crosswinds, the gap came down really fast, so I knew if they wanted to catch me, they could catch me very quickly. So
when you collected 5 bonus seconds, I think, at the sprint, at the end you lose some time in the finish, so the attack was for nothing at the end. Is that true?
It wasn't for nothing. You know, my teammates ended up not having to do any work, and then Barbara ended up second, so that was good for us, and we had a big impact on the race, and I think that's what matters. Yeah, I lost time at the finish. It was really hectic, and it took a lot of energy to be at the front on the small local lap, because the roads were small, and I could ride, but I couldn't do higher power efforts anymore, so I was just dangling and lost some time, which is unfortunate, but that's bike racing.
And it's bike racing in Flanders, small roads, and you've had a really good spring in this area. Was that also a motivation to go on an attack?
Yeah, it was. I love the races here. You know, today the roads were a lot larger than they are in the spring. We stuck to mostly the highways, so that wasn't great, but yeah, I love racing in Flanders. This is my style of racing. It's chaotic, and usually the roads are small, and yeah, anything can happen.
It's quite interesting for an American, actually, when racing and at home is always on big highways. That's what people in Europe say.
Yeah. I'm I guess not like most Americans then in that case. I do like the chaos of the spring races and the fight for being at the front. But the thing with the small roads is if you can fight and you can be up there, then you stay up there because no one else can move up. So it's once you figure out the little tricks, then it makes life a lot easier racing at the front.
Last question. One day on really small roads comes up on Friday, I think, with the Muur, with Boosberg. Really looking forward to that, I guess.
I am looking forward. I've heard it's a hard stage, but I think it'll be, the character of it will be more like the spring races, which I fancy. So I'm hoping it'll be a good day for us.
Good luck. Thank you.